Hi Tom. I wanted to show you real quickly how to create an exam in PAWS. What you can do is click on New. I'm going to type just a sample as the item here. If you want a grade to appear under the grades link, then you would fill this in. You could say add a grade item. And I'm going to say this is sample and sample, and you can determine how many points. For example, the PAWS quizzes were typically 50 points, so I'm going to click on Save. Now that just creates the grade item of the exam. If you want to be notified by email, and also you can put any additional information that you want the students to see. For example, in this introduction, you want to make sure you turn it on, and you could say, you may take this quiz only one time. Okay, now it's a good idea to save periodically. And what I'm going to try to do is very quickly go across these tabs. Here's restrictions. Okay, you want to make the exam active, and then you can set when you would have this, and I'm just going to put some arbitrary dates. If you want it to display in the student's calendar, you can do that. Again, how much time do you want? Maybe 90 minutes for this part. And if you want it to knock them out after 90 minutes, be sure to check these two boxes. Okay. Again, save. And I'm just moving through these tabs right here. Attempts. I typically give them one attempt, but you can set that however you like. I don't really do too much with these things, but I will go down here to Layout Questions. I'm going to click Add and Edit Questions. Now, the thing that you should feel very comfortable with is that you do not have to create any questions. They're all out there in a question library. So what you can do, now this is what I do, but you are free to do this however. You can create a random section. This is what's going to randomize the questions that appear to the student, and I might call this exam, or how about I'll call it this sample exam 1, and I just put the word random as a reminder to myself. You don't have to fill out any of these others. This is just a folder. See how the folder is? And I'm going to click on it to open it. Now, this is where you would import the existing questions that are out there. And for example, I might come down here to the Chapter 1 pool of questions. Select the entire pool. Click on Save. And you saw how I did that, clicking on that box. Now that's great, but you may want to import some more questions. So I'm going to click on Import again. Drop down box. How about the Chapter 2 pool? So you see these questions are already created, and I would continue. In fact, I'll go ahead and very quickly remember it's Import, and this time I'll select the Chapter 3 pool. Select all the questions and save. And then one more import. And Chapter 4 pool. Select all those questions and save. Okay. Now, that's imported all these questions, and you can decide, for example, I typically say 25 questions at 2 points apiece. Or you could say 10 questions at 5 points apiece. Whatever you enter in there, make sure that you save that. The nice thing about these videos is you don't have to write all these steps down. You can kind of play and pause and repeat things so you can see this again. Now I'm going to click on Back to Quiz Layout. You see we're back to the quiz, and I can double check. I have 5 points, 10 questions, 5 points apiece for 50. Right? Save that again. And that is really all there is to it. I wanted to go back to properties because I realized there was one small step I forgot to tell you. Auto export to grades. You definitely want to enable that. And automatic grade. This is what makes the grade automatically appear. So this is what will make it appear to the students. Click on Save. And that's all there is to it. You would click on Quiz List. And here's the quiz right here that I just created. And you can preview it if you're unsure. And another, so you can go in here and click on Start so you can preview it. Another thing that I like to do is, remember that you do have a student account. Yours is Z Graves, and so you could log out of PAWS, log back in using your Z Graves account, and actually experiment with the exam and just make sure that it works the way that you want it to work. So you might have fun doing that, a new technique to learn. So give it a try. Let me know what you think, or if you run into any snags along the way. Glad to help.